Hello, Luigi. Hello, Cayley.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hootie
Today-
tootie disco cutie.
Yeah.
Hootie tootie disco cutie.
Wrong
Hootie
show.
tootie, disco. Okay, all right.
Mhm.
I got distracted. Go on.
This is not going to be a popular opinion. That movie fucking sucks. Okay.
No.
Fuck that movie. And if you don't know what we're talking about, The Greasy Strangler. It's fucking bye. Get out of here with that shit.
You guys were bantering. It's going so
Yeah.
great.
We can't be friends anymore.
Oh,
You
no.
should be opening up the Edge file on Lilydale, New York, but instead we're doing a terrible episode of The Once Over. But I people convinced me to watch that, and
They were your friends.
I did not have a good time watching it. And, I mean, it's whatever, but it's beside the point. That's not what we're here for. Don't if you're listening to this and you haven't watched it, don't watch it. But what you do want to
crazy.
watch,
Disco cutie.
Everything that he says during this episode, we do not support. Every single thing that Andy says. Luigi and I disagree with every single thing that he says. When Andy is a skeptic, that means that Luigi is a 100% believer, because we're going to be talking about seances and mediums and all that sort of bullshit today. So Luigi believes all of it. That's what I'm gathering.
Cayley, you know what Andy is? He's a bullshit artist.
Well, yeah, it does make sense.
Come on, Andy, just laugh.
Wouldn't it be a boring show if we just agreed with each other all the time?
Yes, it would.
All right, no, please get into this because I've been waiting a long time to hear about this.
Yeah. This was my concept to actually get out of the studio and go on location at a place with a reputation, a place that draws people to it every summer, and it is very close to us. It's maybe 2.5 hours away. So we jumped in the car and went to visit Lilydale, New York, which is well, you know what? I made a intro video when we were there. We shot some content. We took a lot of pictures. So Cayley, if you want to press play on clip 1, this is a little introduction to Lilydale, New York.
What's up, edgelords? I'm Cayley, and this is Andy, and we are here in Lilydale, New York.
Lilydale, New York is a small gated hamlet with a reputation as the world's largest center for spiritualism. Since its founding in 1879, Lilydale has drawn truth seekers, skeptics, and the curious alike with its resident community of mediums, historic cottages, and year-round seminars on everything from mediumship to the paranormal. Welcome to Lilydale, where the paranormal is a way of life.
No, I hate it.
Actually, 2 friends died this week, so I'm really hoping that I get to talk with them.
And I'm hoping to contact Carl Ruiz and Vic Henley. Let's go.
I've said it before,
so-
and I want to say it again. I love that you wore a Ghostbusters shirt.
Yeah, I wore it today too, just to keep on theme about the episode. And yeah, that was intentional. And I know how you feel about psychics and tarot cards and the occult. And I just thought that I would put it on Front Street that I was there as a bit, and I did pay to get a psychic reading, and they let me record it, and we will get to that. But it was not lost on the medium that did my psychic reading that I walked in wearing a Ghostbusters shirt. She commented on it immediately.
That's great.
And
I love that.
and I was just like, yeah, I'm a big movie fan. I just walked right past it. But
I don't know that I believe that anymore now that I know that you hate the Greasy Strangler so much.
I know. People.
I
that
hope you
love
called her a
Ghostbusters-
bullshit artist.
I did, yeah. So it was a beautiful day, Luigi. Let's set the stage. Let's paint
Please.
a picture. We got there and it was like 85 degrees, and you pull up and it has it's a security booth. It's a guard in a booth with an arm that you have to show up, and
then he says, hold on. I know your name. Give me a minute.
Right, yeah. That would have been better.
I have to tell you a little bit about this gate. I have to tell you
Okay.
a little bit about this gate. So Andy and I traveled in separate cars, and Andy got there a little bit before me.
Andy farts a
and
lot.
Yeah, that was exactly the reason. I didn't want to hear the farting and the greasy strangler bashing. It was not my kind of thing. So when I arrived, Andy had texted me and he had said, "Hey, make sure that you buy your gate passes before we arrive there." So I was like online trying to buy gate passes. I don't even remember how much it cost, maybe like $15 or something like that.
$15 a person just to get in.
Yeah, and so I'm like vigorously
What a
trying to
racket.
input my information. I'm like, I don't want to give these weird ass mediums my email address, but I have to in order to get the tickets. I'm like thinking about which email address I care about the least. How can I avoid giving them as much information as possible? So I finally get the tickets just as I'm pulling up to the gate. I pull up to the gate. I go, "Hi, I have gate passes," and I go to show my phone because there's, like a QR code on my phone that has the gate passes. And the guy goes, "Okay." And then just opens the gate and lets me in. I was like, I didn't even need to do any of this. Like,
I
you didn't
know.
even, are you kidding me right now? It was
And
absurd.
he winked. He goes, "Okay."
Yeah. And we were
Why am I not
very.
winking?
Mhm. Nope.
It's not letting me wink.
Yeah.
all right,
The
whatever.
psychics are. You're being mind fucked by the.
That's what
the
it is.
Spiritualist.
And one of the questions, it is funny. I love that Cayley was paranoid. I love hearing paranoia when it comes to grifters and not giving them information, because when I spoke to Andy, Andy asked a little bit of advice on things he should look out for the readings. And one of the things I asked was, did you, I said, did you give your name? And he said, "Well, yeah." And I gave an email address. And I said, "Well, they're going to Google you."
They know everything about
Yeah.
you now.
Yeah.
And that was something I was definitely aware of and on the lookout for, because there is another Andrew in Rochester with my same last name that works in the medical field. So I was waiting for that to kind of come up in my reading. Just
That's
in
good.
case. But spoiler alert, that didn't come up. But I was thinking you're not that far off with, well, we have your last name, and what can we derive from that? And I'll point that out when we get to the recording of the psychic reading. But
Oh, yeah.
so the first thing that happens is we pull in there, and they give you a map so you kind of can find your way around town, because it's maybe, what would you say, Cayley? It's got to be at least 3 or 4 square blocks of a neighborhood. It's
Yeah, it looks like the neighborhood that your grandparents lived in. Every single house is a little quirky. There's wind chimes everywhere. And of course, in almost all of these houses are people who are mediums. And in addition to that, I was very surprised because, again, it does kind of just seem like a small little hometown feeling. I was surprised at just how many gift shops and cafes and like businesses there were in this very small, I would say maybe 4 or 5 block square radius.
You say cafes as in like they served food
Yes, correct.
next to a house. This
Yes.
sounds
Well,
very odd. Interesting.
no, it's like it's more like that was one thing that happened. First of all, you get there and it's a beautiful day and it's fucking packed. There, every woman that's ever bought a crystal or been into a head shop and listened to a Grateful Dead CD
Smells
is
of
there.
patchouli.
Yes,
I'm sure.
So
Yes.
there
One
was
of my notes is, "Oh my God, that lady has so many tattoos, and what the hell is up with the female symbol on her shirt?" That
You were
gives you
looking
an
in the
idea
mirror.
of what the crowd was. Oh,
that was
fuck
your
off.
reflection.
God damn it.
If either of you smells like patchouli, I will punch you right in the face. I don't care who you
Oh,
are.
stop it. We have a very good friend that enjoys the smell of patchouli. And so there's no 2 parking spaces together. So we're just sharking around trying to find 2 separate parking spots. And I found one close to where we ended up having lunch. And then Cayley tracked me down. And it's in the middle of like a park. There's a a gazebo on the water, and then there is a snack bar. But the other thing that's on the map that promised more of like a sit-down dining restaurant, and that's what I was after. I was hoping that they had a bar. We walk in there, and it's just a gift shop with a cooler and snacks. And but I did manage to get you a very nice koozie, Luigi, that I will send you in the mail. We have a message for you,
I
Luigi.
love it.
So this is for
Thank
you.
you.
I got
Thank
this
you.
one because orange is my favorite color. So this is for me, and this is for you. So it wasn't
Very
a complete waste of time and money. This was a $115 koozie of all the other money that I fucking wasted doing this. But so
I want to point out one
nice.
thing before we move on. So we talked about some things that were on the maps. Something that was not on the map, which was one of the first things that I saw when I pulled in, is something that somebody is asking about in chat right now. And I think that they might actually be insulting me or the women who were at this little town here. But they are asking how many cats, and the answer is Lilydale actually very infamously has many, many, many stray cats running around. So there are cats running around everywhere, and I'm chasing after them going, oh my God, it's so cute. Oh my God, did you see the kitty? So
it was like the
just
best
to paint the
part.
picture.
It was nice. We did see a few cats, and that was a highlight. And
I wouldn't have been able to resist being a dick in all of the shops, like if when going to order food, what would you like, sir? You're the psychic, you tell me.
yeah.
I just couldn't resist.
Before I let Andy continue here, I want to read a super chat because we have Anthony Zenhauser in the house.
Anthony Zenhauser.
Thank you so much. I predict a fun show. Yes, exactly as Luigi was saying, all the predictions. I'm kidding. It's a scam. Lucy, we need those farts in a jar by Friday. I will work on that. Hashtag TSN pitches. Dr. Andy.
You need any extras,
I will...
Anthony? I'm just giving mine away for free. If you could make some money off of them, that'd be great.
I will work on the farts in the jar. I will get extra Taco Bell tonight just for you guys.
Well, I guess I'll bring up what I got at the snack bar because I hadn't really seen it anywhere else. It was a banana split, but it was you haven't seen this before. It was like a vanilla. It was a parfait, but it was a banana split down the middle with yogurt and granola and berries on top. I was like, I haven't seen this before. All of that. And it was
Luigi, we went on a field trip in order to make an episode of the Edge Files, and did you know that I saw kitty cats and Andy had a fucking banana split?
Maybe it's good I didn't go.
It was a haunted banana split, okay? Ooh.
I want to see pics of Andy like sitting on a little stool eating his banana split.
Yeah. I was holding a balloon.
I really regret not taking a picture of that. I'm so sorry that I failed you.
Yeah. We missed a lot of
I'm going to be honest. I'd probably be talking about the food too.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was more like something that legitimately happened instead of all the other bullshit that happened. But if it was up to me, I would have been running around taking a lot of pictures and photo ops. But the real event is to get to what they call the Stump, which is it's basically a spiritualist
sex
mask.
dungeon.
Yeah, I wish, but no, it's more just cold reading, and
God.
It's outdoors, and there's a bunch of pews. I think I took a bunch of. This is the one. I think Cayley had her phone stuffed down the front of her pants, or she was keystering it or something, because you're not supposed to record this, but we recorded it anyway, and it sounds like complete shit. But there are some photographs of what the Stump looks like and them talking about it. So if we can't really understand it, I'm happy to translate, but let's take a look at clip 2 and hear about the Stump.
Why would you throw me under the bus like that? You did this, obviously. I didn't do anything, you stupid jerk. I don't know what you're talking about.
You recorded this and it sounds like shit.
And they would stand on the track and they would give messages, pretend messages to
Can we turn it up a little bit?
Nope. We cannot.
So anyway, pause it real quick. Pause it.
I don't know how
Pause
to do
it.
that right now. I'm trying. Oh God, it's a horrible situation. Okay, there. I got it. I did good. I did a great job.
So Kaylee's like sitting on her phone, or she's got it in her bra or something, because I don't know why you can't hear anything. What she's saying is that this is a vortex of energy, and
Obviously.
these kids used to come and stand on this and make proclamations about predicting the future, and it evolved into a regular thing that they would do, and then adults caught on and started going, and it extrapolates out from there. But you might know this, Luigi. Do you know the Kate Fox, and the whole beginning of spiritualism, and it getting debunked?
Oh yeah, we did an episode on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if for people that are just listening to this for the first time, these sisters, the more well-known one, probably the one that ended up copying to the fact that it was not real, was Katie Fox. And they used to do a grift where they would sit there and say that they were communing with the afterlife. Mm-hmm. And it was a knock once for yes, knock twice for no kind of thing. And the other one was under the table or up in the attic with a string. And they would convince people that they were communicating with the dead.
It started with actually one of them had a bone configuration in their foot that allowed them to move their foot and pop it really loud. And one of them would actually pop her foot at will whenever they would ask the ghost to, knock, and they would ask questions.
I didn't know that. I can do that.
Oh, you can? Really?
Yeah.
That's
You're
funny.
psychic. I didn't know you were psychic.
You have the gift.
God, it's amazing. I'm gifted. Finally.
And then it evolved, and then one of them developed a drinking problem and was unreliable after a while. It's a pretty crazy story.
Mm-hmm. Right. And they kept it up for years, and people started buying into it. Even after it all came out, and people like Houdini and James Randi, who you guys both talked about in episode 1, and I went on to look at a lot of James Randi's videos specifically about this type of stuff. They all debunked it, and Kate Fox and her sister admitted that it wasn't real, but the people that bought into it so hard that they just kept establishing it as a not legitimate, but an actual religion or entity, and to a point where certain people believe that they do think that they get some kind of feeling about people.
Yep.
And whatever it is, I think a lot of people possibly are maybe have you ever heard about the horse that could look at you and it would stomp whatever number you were thinking of? This is a real story.
No.
It was so good.
I'm writing this down.
It was so good at reading nonverbal cues on humans' faces and body language that it could tell what number you were thinking of. And it was a carnival act. They would go around and everybody would come from far and wide to see if the horse could guess their number. And it very often could. So I think that, I don't know why you're laughing. The horse is fucking doing it.
I'm sorry. This is the idea of a psychic horse. It's just, that's all I need to hear. It's funny.
I'm telling you, it's not psychic. I'm
I
telling
know
you,
it's not psychic.
Nonverbal cues.
I know it's not psychic. I love the idea of someone claiming a psychic horse.
I mean, this is...
You guys, stop talking about Chrissy in these ways. Jesus Christ.
I think the horse is smarter, but I think that a lot of
I was
these...
being mean. Jesus.
I think that a lot of these people don't realize that they can pick up on nonverbal cues as well as they can, and
Yes.
they chalk it up to psychic ability, because
Yes.
some people just they're smelling their own farts, and they're all in on the fact that they're psychic or whatever. But
There is a technique to it, and I do know the techniques. And if I didn't have a conscience, I would sell my services as a cold reader, as a cold reading psychic.
Okay,
Instead, you're just a lawyer.
Yeah, I know.
Shut up.
Boom. Yeah. I'm fucking killing it right now. I'm going to read some more super chats.
Now my feelings are hurt.
We got Mike in for $2. Pleasure meeting you. Glad you are home safe. Thank you so much. And you as well. And another $5 from Anthony Zenhauser, the amazing Anthony Zenhauser. Don't you have a raid tonight over on TSN, sir? What are you doing here? I mean, stay and hang out with us. We like having you here. It sounds like shit. It was in the back of her pants. Jar farts world order. I don't want to admit to any of the farts that are on my phone right now. Let's just put it that way. I don't know.
Yeah. So this is the stump. A tree fell down. You can kind of see in the background. This is a deadfall forest. They don't do anything about the trees that fall over there. They just let everything biodegrade naturally. But this, I don't know if they used to stand on it. I think people used to stand on it, but people started doing weird things to the stump, like stump humping or something. So they put plants on it so that people would stop fucking with it, and they would preserve the integrity of the stump, right?
Don't make me think about our amputee episode and stump humping ever again. Do you know why else they said that they had to put the plants on it, though? Andy, you might have missed this. I forget exactly when you were at the stump and when you weren't. But in addition to that, they said that we needed to put the plants on top of the stump because we're not sure what's inside of it, and it's becoming rotted. And I'm pretty sure that Mrs. Trucker Andy at one point said, "Do you think it's full of bees?" And I was like, that's the best fucking question that I've ever heard in my entire life.
The most likely answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a surprise banana split in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you turn the volume down on this so we don't have to listen to the mumblard talking? But there's another picture of more of what the scene is like there that I think is interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is a beautiful area. I will say that.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of why people enjoy going there, is because it's very scenic. So this is the pews, and they say that it's basically a mass, and the flag is behind the stump. You can see those plants from that last shot. So that's where the stump is. And I think people used to stand on that and make proclamations and spiritual, throwing shit at the wall. But when we were there, nobody was standing on it. They brought out a mic and they said, don't record while people are up here doing their thing. And then they had a whole series of guest mediums come up and cold read, like John, what's his name? Luigi, you know, that shithead. That
John Edwards?
John Edwards. That's
okay.
it. Thank you.
It's
basically
what's
that.
the lady, the Long Island medium lady.
Teresa Caputo.
Yeah, she's got hair up to here.
Right. So
she's bald. It's a wig.
And they they lean into you being polite. Like, please don't be rude and start yelling bullshit the way that we all want to stand up and say,
no deal.
You're so, don't stand up and go, you're so far off. You couldn't be more far off. It's like, hey, this person hasn't really been doing this long. So sometimes their readings aren't as accurate. So let's just politely let them say what they're going to say, regardless of whether or not they anything that they say lands. Which when we were there on a bad day. So much didn't land. What did you say, Cayley?
This is a little bit of a spoiler, but not a single one of the mediums got anybody to truly agree with anything that they were saying. And these were all people who want to be believers. These are all people who are like, yeah, I want to talk to my dead loved one. So they are willing to make a lot of reaches. And the medium would be like, well, did they, were they a smoker? I'm really smelling a lot of cigarettes right now. So it sounds like, and they were like, well, I think that they smoked once in college. Like that was the level of connection that we were
trying
at.
to make an attenuated link.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, let me just tell you real quick how most of these start, and you tell me if I'm right about any of this.
Yes.
Now, the first thing they're always going to do is they're going to say, "I'm getting a name." Okay. Is it possibly a name that starts with, now this is very important, an M or a J? Now, do you know why those are the first two they always go to?
Most common.
The most common name in the most recent census was John. And then the most recent for men, and the most recent census name for women was Mary.
Mike?
Yeah.
Damn it. I suck at this game.
And so that's how they're always going to start off, because it's the best of odds. And then, of course, based on your verbal cues, they're going to then say, like, let's say your age. If they see that you're, maybe over 50, they're going to say, I'm getting the name of someone who's probably deceased, because that is basically just playing a game of numbers to say that if you're old, there's probably someone close to you, like a parent, who's probably dead. And they move on, but it's, of course it's variable and stuff like that. But anyway, tell me if I'm right about any of this.
I think that you're right about what they're trying to start at the top of a funnel and then funnel it down to something more specific. But we saw some wild swings that we can get into. And the first one started with a woman that was actually from our city. We had to drive like 2.5 hours to get here. So the fact that somebody that lived right around the corner from me was the first person that got up was interesting to me. And her first name was Kim. I wrote down her last name, but I won't dox her, whatever. But everybody kind of has their gimmick. This is their sort of the way that they do their spiel. And Kim's spiel was always like, I feel like I'm with you. I'm on this side of the stump. I'm with you. I think I'm at like kind of at the back, but it might be at the front. And it was never on our side. That was always the other side from us, because they could probably
saw your
tell
Ghostbusters shirt. They saw your Ghostbusters shirt, dude.
She was never with me. But Kim, she was cold reading that she had a woman with bright red lipstick that was a party host. That she, does anybody know a woman that used to wear red lipstick and like to host a party? Probably, maybe somebody did know that. There was this one woman that was desperate to be involved, that they kept saying, oh, what about, does anybody have a dead child? And the woman's like, oh yeah, that's definitely me. Oh, how old was the girl that died? Oh, she was like 26. That's not a child, late. And that woman spoke up like 4 times.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not. It's not for you.
The way that I kept defining the audience members was I kept saying, this woman keeps calling all of the readings. So like anytime that they would be doing these like platitudes of, did you know like a 1970s bohemian smoker, the woman would be like, I do, I call it, it's mine. I know that's my person. But I think, again, that Mrs. Trucker Andy did a really, really good job of explaining it. She said that people are almost stealing each other's messages when they're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Like they
Stolen
want it
psychic
so
valor.
badly. Yeah, they want it so badly to be them. They're like, yeah, I definitely knew a kid that died for sure, 100%. 26 years old is pretty young, so like that's a kid. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah,
That's
I
where
guess
we
if you're 60, that's a kid. But
and the woman who called that one was not old. She was like maybe 35. So like her being like, yeah, I knew somebody who was a kid that died was not.
Yeah,
No.
she was a crackpot, and those are the kind of people that everybody that lives there are hoping that they're gonna get. They don't want me to walk in and sit across from you and basically give you nothing and say you're supposed to tell me, like tell me something I don't know.
Yeah.
Instead, these people sit down and they start. It's like
They draw the conclusions on, and take the work away from the psychic.
yeah, they give you everything. They give them everything and make their job so easy. And they just start talking about their problems and what they're going through. Like the psychic is a bartender, and they're just like, yeah. Well, that's got to be hard, but don't worry, everything's gonna get better because your dead grandma said that she loves you and have a nice day.
Well,
It's like that's what they want to happen.
And Andy, I don't remember if you were saying this, but I do think it's such a good point. I have had plenty of friends who died that if a psychic told me everything about them, like if a psychic got every single thing correct, he played accordion, he, grew mushrooms, but not the magic kind. He fermented things, like if they named every single thing about one of my friends who died and they got every single thing correct. And then they were like, and he just wants to tell you that, like he really loved you and he wished that he had more time on this earth with you. I'd be like, no, he fucking didn't. He told me to fart in a jar. He told me to fart in a jar. He did not say any of that nice shit to me. He is being mean to me from the afterlife. Like that's the joke, is that we're still fucking with each other. That's what we did when we were alive. He's not saying nice things to me now all of a sudden just because he's dead. Like we're still fucking with each other, dude.
Wait, I'm getting a reading. Cayley, Luigi says
That one I believe.
Yeah. So, what's funny is we did this one episode on James Randi. And to your point is that when someone does, genuinely believe this nonsense, they start doing the work because they want it to be real and they want it to be, they want to get that experience. And one of the greatest examples that James Randi put on TV was he has a transcript of a psychic reading that this guy gets, and he has the person who got the reading and the person who was the psychic, and he says, hey, let me ask you, when they were making their connection, how many times or did they get it right off the bat? The guy goes, no, it took a couple of tries. He goes, okay. So when they made the connection with the person that you spoke to and was connected to you, how many names did they give you before they arrived at that name, the right name? And he goes, like 2 or 3. And he goes, okay, it wasn't 2 or 3. And he reads a list of 37 names. And he says, they said John, George, Frank, but like Bobby, like, and he reads every name and he says, but you're only going to remember the thing that set off that chemical in your brain that made you feel special, know?
And I want to add on to that also. I am not a believer in any of this. This stuff is not for me. However, when I was sitting at the Stump and I was listening to these readings and I was listening to these psychics, I wanted to get called on, and I didn't want to get called on just because I wanted for us to be able to talk about it. I wanted to get called on because, like I mentioned in our little intro video, I literally had just had 2 friends die. And you're desperate in that situation. Do I believe any of it? No. But would it have still been some level of comfort for me? Yes. And that's stupid. And I know that I'm stupid for feeling that way, but I felt it. I felt it when I was sitting at the Stump. And that is just a dumb thing that your stupid human chemical brain does to you when you're fucked up in the head because you've lost somebody and you're emotionally vulnerable.
Right. That's what they're preying on. And 37
Yes.
names. You might as well be holding a deck of cards and going, is this your card? Is this your card? Is this your card? And by the time you got to the 37th card, you probably would have hit on it. So
but when you're
crazy,
dealing,
but sorry, Luigi, but
Go
to
ahead.
Cayley's point, it would have been really cool if somebody that was with us got called on. That would have been awesome. But
yeah,
what were you saying, Luigi?
I have a story to tell about that in a little bit. Somebody that we were with did get called on.
But no, I want to definitely emphasize what Andy's saying is that yes, they prey on vulnerable people. They are criminals. They are disgusting, horrible people. I hate everything about them. And yeah, that's why I I can't bring myself to pay them money to make fun of them either. They're like John. I've never given John $1, but to try to goof on him, I'm going to do for free. But like, yeah, it's just disgusting. It's a horrible, horrible practice. I understand there are some people who get legitimate closure out of it. It's the lying that makes it immoral.
No,
to me.
fuck that. No, don't even try to rationalize it in that way. And I know that I just said that I sort of wanted it. In fact, I'm going to skip around a little bit in our super chats here right now because Jay Loiterer gives us $4.99 and says, my dad has had 3 bachelors and a master's. Towards the end of his life, he fell for Jonathan Edwards. Mediums should be jailed. Scammers, all.
Sadly.
All? Yes. That's
Scammers
100%.
All, yeah.
That
it is
true. 100% correct. The reason that I get so fired up about this shit is because it's fucked up. It's so fucked up. And
it's disgusting.
I don't like it. And I don't like that I was falling for it when I was there.
Well, that's interesting because a lot of these people are just little old ladies that are kind of peddling closure to a certain degree for people that are in a lot of pain. And I feel like they justify it that way. Like there's nothing you can really do, but if I give you some kind of peace of mind, then I could justify what I'm doing. And that first woman that I talked about, that was talking about the red lipstick, she went on to talk about a gruff farmer and a chain smoking woman. When I had to leave in the middle of the stump because my appointment I thought it was going to take me longer to get there than it did because I was walking, I was on foot, and I thought it was going to take me 20 minutes. It took me like 6. So I walked back to the snack bar, and the woman that did the first reading was there. She was eating ice cream, and I was like,
a banana split?
Did you get another banana split?
That would have been like, oh my God, I can't believe we're so connected that we're both from Rochester and eating banana splits, but she was eating regular ice cream. But I walked up. I did walk up to her and I said hi, and I just saw you over there. And I'm a musician, and when I play at a show, I didn't say this, but it's like you can't be bothered to stick around and support your other bullshit artist friends that are doing the same thing you did. You do your thing and then leave and go eat ice cream. I just thought it was rude.
She had a very bad. She had a really challenging time. I will say this: it is the same thing as when you're in a band and you have a really bad performance.
You're saying she bombed?
Yeah, when you bomb, she fucking bombed, dude. Yeah. Like she bombed hard. She did not get a single. She would be like, so. This was Luigi, and you brought this up exactly before. She would go, does anybody know anybody whose name starts with a J? And not a single person in the audience would raise their hand. That's how hard this woman was bombing.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, people that were desperate to connect with their dead fathers, where she wasn't hitting at all. But the woman that went on second, this woman was a longtime resident. She was on like the board of directors, and she was
the board of directors of bullshit.
She was quarterbacking the whole narrative. She was hard edge, really aggressive. Like her thing when I said the other woman's was I feel like I'm with you. I'm over here with you. This woman's thing was, you understand. So anytime she would say anything, she's just like, okay, I'm getting a guy. You understand? Do you know any dead men? So you understand. And I think that he had brown hair. Did he have brown hair? You understand? No, it was blonde
like
hair.
Tick.
You understand. There wasn't brown hair. Yeah. Oh, he was bald. Okay. You understand. So she just kept telling everybody that they understood so that you felt like you were buying into it.
That is called fuck. There's a name for that, but it is a way to confirm.
I'm interested.
Yes, there you go. It is a way to quote unquote subconsciously get the person to confirm what you're saying by doing that confirmation, by saying you get what I'm saying.
Subconscious.
It
wasn't subconscious.
But I'm saying no. I'm saying to get the other person to think that they are understanding. So if you say it enough, you get them to say. You get them to say, oh, yeah, I am understanding what you're saying. And real quick, I've to go back to the video that we were talking about with James Randi. At the end of it, it looks like a big nuclear bomb that James Randi has dropped on the validity of this situation. But at the end of it, you're not going to believe this. They say exactly what you guys just said about the guy says, well, hey, look, you took it out of context. You weren't there. I felt something real. And then the psychic says, even if you don't believe it, I'm providing a service of closure to people who want it. And it's like, even amidst all of this debunking, you can't shake their faith in this.
Yeah.
And it's so gross.
I do think that there's an additional psychological thing in addition to what you were just describing, Luigi. I think that there's an additional psychological thing that's happening here when you say something like, you understand. Every single person wants to be a yes person. It doesn't matter. There are lots of people who are not yes men, but everybody has like some little inner like thing in their tum-tum that says, I want to be a yes man. I want to people please. I want to do this. I want to do that. And so when you phrase it in that particular way, not only are you trying to get them to confirm, but you're also giving them a question that they want to answer yes to. Oh, you understand. Yeah, of course I understand. Because if I didn't understand, I would be stupid, and I'm not a dum-dum. Yeah. I know. All right, let me get a couple more super chats here.
I speak jive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, we have the absolutely amazing Donna G coming in with $19.99. Thank you so much, Donna G. Just finished reading my tarot cards. Now on to spiritual mediums. Oh, hey, Zen.
I was at a craft show and there was a woman reading tarot cards. This was Saturday. I almost went and got a reading just for like to put a cherry on top for this episode and give it another chance based on the other experience that I had. And I just couldn't bring myself to throw bad money after bad. So, but it's everywhere.
So Andy bought those 2 koozies, right? So Andy got the koozie for himself and the koozie for Luigi. I did not buy any trinkets. However, I did almost buy Andy a gift. In the gift shop, they had about 100 different decks of tarot cards. You know, they had like all the fancy flowery tarot cards, but they also had gay tarot cards, and I almost got those for Andy. I decided against it, but I did really appreciate that the gay tarot card deck was brown, which I fucking thought was hilarious. Great design. Absolutely amazing.
I want to see the gay tarot cards. That sounds hilarious.
The only thing worse would have been Greasy Strangler tarot card. Ew.
Now that I'm going to make.
All right, Jay Loiterer, $4.99. Did you see my subtle movements? Family Guy fart scene. You guys rule, especially Cayley. Thank you so much. And we have, I can't do the funny way that John said it. I can't do it. And I can't do Carl just messed it up too. He was like, A-I-E, blah, 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 blah. Nobody, I'm not even going to try.
I forget how John said it.
Thank you. It's very stupid.
It was like Ali Fakatoa.
Adam Bush did just pronounce it correctly.
Yeah, it's Ali Fakatora.
Greetings all, and greetings to you.
Greetings.
Oh, and I'm sorry, one more. Carl for $4.99. Hi, Cayley, Andy, and my best pal, Luigi Greenstein.
Block him. Block him.
Did I do
Block
it right?
Him. He's a pal. He's a very friendly person on my snipes. I always tell him I'm gonna block him.
He looks so friendly.
I'm
the
joking.
Good Carl. That's the Carl we like. And
he's a little kitty cat, just like all the kitty cats over it. Okay, I'm sorry.
Block him.
I got distracted.
But I was gonna say
I'm joking.
that this woman though, I will call out her last name because she was a fucking like hard charging asshole. Her name was Jan Dresman, and she's like a resident there. A lot of people commute, like come and go. Like I said, the first person was from Rochester. This woman lives there, and she was just.
And here's her address.
She was just yeah. Go to Lilydale and find her and beat the shit out of her. She was just running roughshod over the whole audience to the point that nobody was having any fun. And at the end, she just started throwing out names willy-nilly, like Lawrence and Marjorie, that were complete misses. She's like, oh, does anybody know a Lawrence? Does anybody know a Marjorie? And everybody's like, what are you talking? Just get the fuck out of here. You suck. So she was annoying. And then I was there for one more.
She was the only annoying one. Everybody else was amazing.
Yeah. I kept.
Did Andy need another banana split?
Yeah. I kept standing up and go ahead.
I lied. I did buy one trinket. So we dragged a couple of our friends along for this trip. And one of our friends, when we were looking in the gift shops, found a hacky sack and was like playing around with it. And I was like, I'll buy you the hacky sack for being a good boy and hanging out with us while we do this dumb shit. Like,
I wanted to play hacky sack with that hacky sack. It would have been the only productive thing that happened while we were there.
men are idiots. That's what I'm learning right now.
No, all we need is one good banana split and some entertainment.
I just want my ice cream and my hacky
Yeah,
sack. Please.
come on. Throw in a pair of tits.
Jesus
You wouldn't have heard me complain.
Oh my God. All right.
That would have been a nice day in the park, would it not? That's what we had, was
I
a
had a
nice
great time.
day in the park. It would be, people told us stories that didn't make any sense, but we had a snack in the park and it was a nice day. So I don't regret going, but
No.
I don't buy what they're selling there.
Good.
It's
Yes.
the real problem.
Except for
And
the hacky sacks and the banana splits.
Yeah. So then the last one that I was there for, because I had to leave in the middle, was a woman named Kathleen. And her thing was every time she got to the end of some kind of interaction, she would say, I'll leave that with you with love. I'll leave that with you
Fuck
with
off.
love. And it's just like I said, these people so many of them are seemingly sweet little old ladies that you're not going to just go, you're full of shit, old lady. It's like your grandma. Yeah, you will. You would. I wouldn't. Obviously,
Take your love and shove it right up your corn shoot.
We're going to hear. We're going to hear a recording of me politely listening to a bunch of nonsense, but that's what they kind of lean into that, right? So they're counting on you to be polite and politely listen and not stand up and go, that you said that the guy that you just described that sounded like my dad who had pain in the chest, he died of diabetes. It had nothing to do with his heart. So fuck you.
Yeah.
Because at one point they did kind of start describing my dad, which is not hard.
And you wanted to believe it, even if you didn't want to believe it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but
it's
that's
crazy.
the thing. Like you were saying, though, if somebody was just like, if somebody got all the details right, you'd be like, how the fuck do they know that? But that never happened. So that's I really wanted to have that experience. Well, just like, how could they possibly know that? And that what Joe was saying on Skeptical Robot. Go check out last Friday's Skeptical Robot. We talked about Owen Cook, and Joe Sixpack was Jerk Sock on there, and he dropped the bit so that he could tell the story that his mother-in-law went to Lilydale and said that she was going to have twins come into her life, and because it's me and Joe, he thought that there's just like, obviously it's me, but then not too long after that, Joe had twin daughters. So it was just like, they kind of nailed that one. But we're going to get to my reading, and what I did in my reading was put a lot of wrong buzzers and right on bells that tell you when their shit is landing and when their shit is not. So I think you just got lucky with that one.
I want to before. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think there's also a matter of interpretation. She very well could have done some internet research and been referencing, you and your brother as the quote twins that were going to come into their life. And then there was a matter of coincidence later of another pair of twins that came in. I mean, but you also have to just take it with probability and what was available information for them to research. I just don't think there's anything spiritual about it that they saw.
Yeah.
And also, I meant to bring this up just real quick. I'm sorry. I meant to bring this up earlier where someone said that they had a father who had the smartest man I've ever met. And I'm telling you, just please take my word for it. I've met a lot of very intelligent people in my life. Compared to me, yes. The smartest man who I ever respected because of his intelligence fell for a psychic scam. And it just nobody is
Everybody is
immune.
fallible to this bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody is fallible to this bullshit. I do also want to say though that one of the ideas that I've always had, just talking about the idea of hitting on the twins thing, I have always wanted for like horoscopes to be like ultra specific. Like, you know, when you like used to get the newspaper and you would read the horoscope, or maybe you wouldn't because you guys were men, but us women, we would do that. That was like the number one thing that we would do. And you know, so you would go and you would find your sign, and it would say, you know, you're a great person and everything is wonderful, but you're going to have a challenge around this day and work is going to be hard and blah, 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 whatever. And they're all just these platitudes. I always wanted them to be like, yo, Cayley, get off the fucking shitter and get some goddamn work done, and be like ultra specific. Put those farts in that jar. Those guys are counting on you. Like, so that the one person that it did hit on was like, holy shit, my whole life just got fucked. Like, I think that would be amazing. If every single time that I read it, it was wrong, I would love it. I would love it if they were less generalizations and I had this knowledge that one person in the whole world just got their mind fucking blown. Like, I want that so friggin' bad.
Yeah.
I think it was Jay Leno. I know, I'm sorry to quote such a hack, but I think it was Jay Leno who said that when he was doing that headline sketch on The Tonight Show, he said it all started with him wondering if there was ever an ad or an article of psychic wins the lottery. and I was like, that's okay. That actually makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, and I think that is a good bit to be like, hey, Pete, your podiatrist dad is cheating on your mom. And then
exactly.
That is like, that would be hilarious.
Gets it.
Yeah.
Yes,
hey,
hilarious.
Frank, your appointment is on Thursday. Don't forget.
All right, one more super chat here before I tell a little bit more about the stump. So Nigsaw coming in with $2. Send the gay tarot cards to Mike to read to Lenny. That's actually a really, really good idea.
That is a good idea.
It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Maybe I'll find gay horoscopes for him to read. I'm sure those exist. All right, let me tell you a little bit more about the stump. Because, again, Andy had to leave the stump in order to go to his psychic reading. But a few more things did happen. So Andy was mentioning, what was this last woman's catchphrase?
I'll leave that with you with love.
I'll leave that with you with love. Fuck off.
Fuck off.
All right, so Andy left to go get his psychic reading, and me and a group of our friends stayed in this place. And our entire group was skeptics, I think it's safe to say. And I still kind of wanted to hear something, and I was still trying to pay attention. I was still taking notes, and I was still, you know, I don't know, maybe a little hopeful, like a fucking idiot, but a little hopeful regardless. And, but one of our friends was particularly suspicious of all of this and not having fun at all, just like zero fun whatsoever. So he was sitting just kind of like with his head down, not paying attention to any of the psychics. At this point, it was a pretty hot day. Even though it was a beautiful day, it was pretty hot. And the benches that we were sitting on, those pews that Andy showed us the picture of, were so uncomfortable. You're like sitting and there's like somehow a stick in your back. And so we're all sitting there for an hour and a half. And at this point, we're all getting a little restless. And finally, this woman calls on our friend and says, you there with the gray hair, which our friend takes immediate offense to. He's like, I don't have gray hair. I don't fucking have gray hair. So he's refusing to acknowledge that the medium is talking to him. And then you there with the gray hair and the black shirt and, you know, your head is kind of down and the glasses and the...
Hey, that fat old loser. That looks like they're not having any fun.
Yes, that's literally what this woman is saying to him. She just keeps describing him more and more. Little overweight, very tall, very sitting next to the girl, and like just embarrassing the shit out of her.
Stop eating that banana split.
Yeah, and so they ask you before they start giving you a reading. They say, "Can I give you a reading?" And so she says, "Can I give you a message?" And he goes, "No."
I love this guy.
And she was...
Luigi, it's the whole reason we were fucking there.
I know, but fuck them. You can read these nuts.
She was so flabbergasted. She was so flabbergasted. I have never seen a woman's face. Like, she went white as a ghost. She freaked the fuck out. She was like, oh my God, I've never had anybody say no to me. What do I do? So she just starts going really quickly. She goes, okay, I'm just going to leave this message with you with all, blah, 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 and like runs away and starts trying to do other things.
Good.
And I leaned over to our friend and I was like, I just want you to know that Andy is actually going to fucking kill you. We could have had a goddamn story to tell on this stupid podcast, and you said no.
That was the story. That's the
Like,
story to tell.
I know. It was
a
really wonderful.
story.
It was so silly. It was so
Yeah.
silly. But it was just like, here I am sitting there being like, oh my God, she's looking at me. Like I see her eyes come over to our group and I'm like, oh my God, finally, this is my moment. I'm
Yeah.
going to talk to all of my friends who died this week. Every single one of my friends who died this week is coming to me in a message right now. And they're all about to tell me to fuck off and fart in a jar. Like this is about to be it. This is my moment. And then instead she just called our friend old and fat and he refused a reading. It was so funny.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny, but it just the fact that these people are
Predators.
We're not coming over to our side of the room the entire time. So when they finally did, it just got shut down. That's kind of.
And then they never
it
came
is
back.
funny.
They never came
Yeah.
back. They
No.
never came back. I do. There's one other funny story about the Stump before Andy starts to share with us the video or the audio recording of his reading. At one point, this very elderly male psychic comes up, medium, whatever the fuck you call him. He comes up and he is going to do readings, and so he's kind of like a cute little old man. Again, you don't want to say no to him. You're like very endeared by him, and so he says, oh, this lady all the way in the back here. I think I have something for you. He goes, what's your name? And she yells, Hope. And he goes, what did you say? And she goes, Hope. I couldn't hear you. Can you say it a little louder? And at this point, she is screaming Hope. She is like just yelling it as loud as she possibly can. But this little old man who's, 80 years old has no hearing and his hearing aids are just not turned up at all. He cannot hear a single thing. And all of the people in the back are yelling, she's saying Hope. She's saying Hope. Her name is Hope. Not a single person in the front of this area is trying to help translate it. So this poor little old man is just trying to do whatever grift he's trying to do. And poor Hope just can't get anywhere. And I just really loved that interaction. Again, there was just so much. It was stupid and it was platitudes and it was conjecture and coincidence. That was the overall takeaway that I got from the Stump. But I really enjoyed Hope not being able to share her name and also our friend ruining Andy's life.
Yeah.
That story about Andy's friend is hilarious. I think that's great. I love that.
I was like, you are about to die, motherfucker. I was like, you better buy him another banana split right goddamn now because Andy gonna kill you.
I was angrily eating a banana split. I was like, you motherfucker, how dare you?
He said it with a full mouth. If I didn't have this banana split, I'd kill you.
Saddest banana split ever.
One time I was with my wife at a family function, and my family's very religious, and I'm just not. I'm the black sheep of the family, and I had a relative. I was bitching about something. I really don't even remember what it was. It might have been like work or something. She's like, "Can I pray with you?" And I went, "No."
Yeah.
My wife was so angry at me. She was like, "Why did you say no?" And I was like, "Because I don't want to praying on me." No.
Which guy?
Yeah.
No.
Andy.
That was one of the. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm just dying to hear your reading, but
Yes,
please finish
I
your
am.
story first.
Oh, well, the only thing I was going to say is I was doing a lot of homework about trying to understand, because when you say I don't want to pray to maybe something I don't believe in, it's like, which God? Well, like, who are we praying to? And one of the questions I had about spiritualism was, is this like, which God are you praying to? And it's more like this, the creator in general, Gaia kind of that sort of.
It evolved. It was originally steeped in Christianity.
I'm sure,
Yeah.
but now it's like mother god and brother this and real
Gay
general.
tarot and
Yeah.
Oh, this is not
they
a
have
joke. This is going to sound like I'm making a joke, but I'm being very serious. When we did our episode on the origin of spiritualism, that we we watched this PBS portions of this PBS documentary that read some of the automatic writings of people who claimed they were in trances being spoken to by the spirits. And it was also, spiritualism was also very racist. And they said that even if you're black, you can get into heaven where you'll become white.
That's heaven for black people, right?
Yeah.
Finally being able to be white.
It's just it's just a shitty religion all around. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have been trying to establish tests because you have to pass a series of exams to even be a resident of Louisville.
Oh.
And they've been trying to find tests to prove that legitimacy to spiritualism. And I was very curious about what those tests were and who decides and how you fail and how you pass, but
it's not James Randi.
Yeah,
for multiple reasons.
Nobody passes if it's James Randi.
Just a game of Connect 4. You knew I was going to put my you knew I was going to put my piece there. You must be psychic.
So I leave the stump in the middle, and I make my way up the street to where my medium is not ready for me to arrive on time. I show up right when I'm supposed to, and she keeps me waiting for about 5 minutes while I sit in maybe like the mud room of a very normal looking house. And there is a camera and there is a sign that says, please wait outside in case she's still reading for somebody. And she's behind schedule. But when I finally walk in, there is a privacy screen, like something that a prostitute and the gem and Deadwood would change behind, blocking off the kitchen. You never know
how the night's gonna go.
Andy just got a handy. He didn't even get a fucking psychic read. This is everything he is about to say is fucking fake. Not because the psychic is fake. It's because Andy was literally just getting a blowy. That's
you're
all
gonna
that
hear
happened.
the fucking medium hit on me, so you're not that far off.
For 40 extra bucks, I'll make it. I'll make it a really good reading.
Shit on you.
No,
that's great.
Maybe a little bit. So
I want to hear
you walk in. It's like the side door off of the driveway through the mudroom where I was sitting and waiting. I walk in, and then there's the privacy screen covering the hallway to the kitchen, and then she's sitting in the corner in front of the stairs. Like you walk in, you're facing the stairs, and then I sit at the front of the house, and I'm sitting across from her, and she's sitting in the corner in front of the privacy screen that goes to the kitchen. I'm just painting a picture for what you're...
Now I'm thinking of it like an Old West saloon, and she's like, well, hey there, kitten.
Yeah. No, you're gonna get to hear her voice, and I was very excited that I was gonna try and record it secretly, but I'm sure everybody does, so they're just like, just go ahead and record it. But the other thing that she said at the top of the thing was, I take notes while I'm receiving. So I'm going to, sometimes I won't be looking at you because I'll just close my eyes. But other times I'm writing down things that I'm receiving. So if I'm not looking at you, don't be alarmed. And this is the notes that I was, don't worry if you can't read this. It's going to be,
it's just a dick.
It's the backdrop of the video. So I'll explain the notes as we listen to the recording. But at this point, let's take a listen to my psychic medium with reading with Debbie.
Debbie.
The goddess gave us all free will to do what we want. So this reading is just guidance and spirit.
So I can leave?
You listen. You don't have to do what is said.
Okay.
And I don't always look at people when I read because I see things around the aura of a person.
Oh, no.
And I take notes so I don't forget what I receive also. And you can take that.
Pause it. Great.
Oh.
Just be ready to pause. And Luigi, you could raise your hand,
I'm too
right?
excited.
Yeah, I'll
So-
say I'm having to really strain to listen though. Like I can't or hear what she's saying. Like
Oh, really?
it's not very clear.
The audio is quite low.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I can kind of.
We're gonna just have to suffer through it.
There's no way to boost it? I'm sorry, guys.
Nope.
So it says here on the left of that image, it says Andy. Okay. And then in the middle, circled, it says birds.
Banana
And then-
split.
Yeah. And circled on the bottom, it says Living in the Light, which is a book she recommended to me at the end if I wanted to become more enlightened and about manifesting. And I'm sure like her granddaughter wrote it or something like that. Up at the top, it says Paramount, because when I walked in and I was wearing this, I think she thinks that Paramount, Columbia Pictures made Ghostbusters, but I think she thinks that Paramount Pictures made Ghostbusters because she wrote Paramount in the top right there.
Wait. She wrote this?
This is her psychic notes that I was
oh my
allowed
god! I thought this was part of your description of the room. Okay, she wrote this. Got it.
Yeah, this is the message that she received from the spiritual realm.
What's that thing at the top
We'll
of
get to
this?
that.
Okay,
We'll get to that.
it looks like a boat.
So what we could stop, like as things go and you can't really hear what she's saying, you could pause it and ask me because I know what she's saying. And in the
Okay.
beginning, what she was saying is that what I said at the top, that she takes these notes and I'm going to be able to take them with me, and that's this. So
Okay.
let's continue and hear what Debbie has to say.
The
Cockatoos.
first thing I was seeing with you was a nice blue light, a blue energy, which is a nice male vibration.
Okay.
I know you're a good guy. And you have a nice blue
Did she
aura.
say a nice male
Yeah.
vibration?
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
colors.
Pause it real quick.
A
Right.
fucking men, dude.
So I'm giving off a blue aura at the
All right.
beginning of this. That's what she's
Do we have a
saying
classification of what blue means?
there. Yes, that I'm a good person. And,
Got it.
And I'm a good guy, and that's why I put the no buzzer in there, because I'm totally fucking not on this woman's side. So
Cock
whenever
strong.
if she says something that is close to accurate, you get the ding of the bell. And if she says something that's completely off and could be more wrong, you're gonna get that buzzer. So she said I
So
was a
you're
good
telling
guy.
me that
Buzzer.
we're about to learn a lot about you, is what we're gonna find
Got
out.
it.
go
Probably.
into. But there's a lady in spirit with you, and I feel like she's either your mother or on the mother's side. There's a lot of love coming from this lady to you. I was just seeing her as a young woman, because in spirit you don't have to look your age when you die.
That's
You know?
nice.
Hell yeah.
You can look 20, you could look 40, right? It just depends on what you want. There's sort of a ethnic type clothing symbolic.
Oh,
of
okay. Pause it real quick.
So
Yeah. So this is my grandmother in ethnic clothing. That my last name. Is anybody really surprised that if I register for a reading, that I'm going to have a Eurocentric last name that's maybe German or maybe Irish? So she's seeing my dead grandmother in German last name clothing. Okay?
Ethnic
And
clothing.
Ethnic.
Andy,
Yeah.
I don't mean to call you old, but I think everybody could have guessed that your grandmother was dead.
Yeah, well,
But
that's what I'm saying. It's like
That's
it's not
part
hard
of what
to-
what I said earlier. Remember? Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And if you know my last name, saying that I think this is German, it's not.
Yeah.
It's
not
not a
surprising at
German
all,
last
though.
name.
Oh.
but
Not surprising
if
that
you-
somebody would guess that.
Yeah. So if you read that last name and predict that my grandmother, who is not old in the afterlife and is actually a young St. Pauli girl in ethnic clothing, then this is what she's describing to me right now.
Andy, your grandmother's hot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I didn't know,
baby.
but obviously, yeah.
Can I trouble you guys to do a couple of super chats for just a moment while I pop away,
Please.
and then
Yeah.
I will I'll
Are we
be
able?
back and we'll
We're not
continue
able.
along.
I don't think we're able.
We're not able to
do
run
it.
the super chats.
You can't pull these up.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you know,
What
well, I
kind
mean,
of
I could scroll through and
bullshit
read them,
is
but they're not going to be
this?
able to pull them up on the screen.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
the
do that,
administrator.
and then I'll show them all. I got to run for like 2 seconds. I'll be back in literally
That's
2 seconds.
fine. We'll
Oh
spitball
my
while you're
God.
gone. Don't worry.
All right.
Do what you got to
all right.
do. She's got better things to do
I
than
don't actually
fucking
know
do a
how
show
to-
with us.
It's fine.
God,
Go.
that's
No,
not true at
do
all.
it
I'm
later.
literally
Go
dying
pee.
to hear this. Shut up.
Go
Well,
pee.
wait. We're gonna have a conversation without you. I'll tell you more about like what we did there. But go ahead. Did you have
No.
questions?
I just turned up. I turned up the gain on my end. I can hear it a little bit better. But yeah, it is
Oh yeah,
funny.
I can hear it okay on my side.
But I could kind of tell me if I'm wrong here. I could kind of feel your blood pressure rising a little bit right there because it was like you're like, okay, great.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
Move it along.
I am not giving. My intention is to not make her job easy. My intention is to not give anything away. You're the medium here. You tell me something that I don't know. I'm here for answers to questions that I don't know the answer to. So please tell me something I don't know, as opposed to all these dimwits that just don't have any friends and go there and want to tell this person their problems. And I'm sure they have regulars that come every week. When I was leaving, like I told you, I got there and she wasn't ready for me. And I don't know what she was doing, whether she was eating lunch or Googling my last name or whatever, but she kept me waiting for
Putting her clothes back on after the last
several
customer.
minutes. Right. And so then when we're done, I'm walking out and there's a woman there and she's sitting in the mudroom that I sat in. And then outside there is her husband. That's like, can you believe this shit? I got to wait for her to go piss money away with Debbie. So it's just, they're counting on people to be those type of people that want comfort and want reassurance and want confirmation. It's like, tell me what I'm doing is right. Tell me that what I'm thinking is right. Tell me that everything is going to be okay.
They're not used to skeptics. They are used to people who are the believers and want more a confirmation bias than any sort of real experience.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of spitballing.
That's what she was doing. That's what she was doing, getting ready for you. She was hosing her box out.
Yeah. She was a very nice old lady.
All right. I actually have to go pee. So while y'all read the super chats, I'm gonna go. I'll be right back.
Very good. Now I lost all audio. I can't hear anything now. Say something. I can't hear you. I don't know what you guys just did, but I can't hear anything.
Literally muted.
There you go.
It was
You muted
me
the whole show.
fucking time. Yeah.
We know you're a problem.
Listen, I got a little distracted. Everything's fine. I was hosing my box out. It's fine. All right.
You gotta do. Chat it up.
Yes, we got another $4.99. Thank you so much. My mom went to a psychic when I was a kid, and I was told that I was going to be a priest. Boy, was she fucking wrong. So you became a nun, is what you're trying to say. J Loiterer for another $4.99. Thank you so much. Sadly, I think the people who fall for this are not dumb. Smart people are more suggestible than purely dumb folks. I agree with that. I think that you are onto something here. And we have the Flute Wizard, the wonderful Flute Wizard for $5 here. We have, I'm going to try to do it, and then I'm going to fail really miserably at it. I like big stumps and I cannot lie. You other humpers can't deny. Edge Files walks in with a skeptical eye and a psychic in your face. You get... I can't. I know.
You did good, though. You did better than I would have done.
I don't want to ever talk about it again.
That was awesome. I just read that.
Thank you, Flute Wizard. Rumpled Trenchcoat, a Columbo podcast. Well, hello, $5. Clearly, the illustrated turtle is saying Paramount. Obviously, that must
clearly.
Be it. Rumpled Trenchcoat for another $5. Thank you so much. Were you ever kicked out of a concert for spilling beer on people?
What? Are you psychic? How do you know that? I must have told that story
somebody's
before.
been talking too much on the internet.
That's a story for a different show.
That's a good story. All right, can we please get back into this this here reading?
Yeah.
God,
So
yes.
when we left off, I had a blue energy and I was a good guy, and none of it was true.
You? Okay, got it.
And I have a 20-year-old grandmother in German clothing, even though my maternal grandmother had an Irish last name before she got married and had a German last name. And then my mother married an adopted kid that was not Irish and had an Irish last name. And that's my last name. So
You heard it here, folks. She
way
married
off.
a kid.
Do you want to take your St. Pauli girl picture off, or is that a part of this video?
It's all part of the
I
video.
don't know if you have any
wonderful.
ancestry in Europe or anything like that,
Uh, yeah.
German? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, I get that because it sort of looks like the type of what I would think is Germanic, to me.
You look like you hate Jews.
So it's just this,
Your name sounds
I feel
German.
this woman's from that side of the family. I
It's
don't know
true,
if
he
your mother
does.
was the German side or your dad.
Oh, okay. I think my mother's father is German, but it's kind of just European. There's a lot of.
Also, there's an animal. Okay, so I don't know if you lost a pet.
A fox. Please be a fox.
Just we're close to
No.
this particular pet.
Yeah.
An
And
amputated
there might
fox.
be one at home wondering where you are as
Yeah.
well. But this also is a double beam, so I feel like there's a female pet. From spirit, maybe.
As a 50-50 shot.
And just coming in with some love and affection, and I hear a thumping tail too, like a dog.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've had a cat and a dog or what, but I just get animals.
Yeah, over the years. Yep.
Yeah. So they visit sometimes, and sometimes you can hear their tags, or sometimes you'll feel the bed go down, or hear a bark. But
No.
I do get green energy.
My cat
which
barks.
has to do with healing. I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose or prescribe, but I feel healing around your good health,
Okay.
and that you're probably a good healer to other people. And yellow, which is
Where's the buzz?
intelligence, professionalism.
You're
and
saying
that
I'm not a
nice blue
healing
health,
presence?
But I'm also seeing a baby, like a baby, like I'm seeing a pacifier. So I don't know if you have pet children.
I don't know.
You don't?
I better not.
Is there a
I was just
No.
gonna say, Andy, I knew we were gonna learn things about you.
grandchild?
Fucking Andy.
There's a baby coming into the family. Or,
She says you don't have a baby, but you might have a
I guess
grandchild.
it's Germanic side of the family.
Okay.
And so who do you think that could be? Is it a grandmother to you, or?
Well, yeah, my maternal grandmother has a German last name.
Yeah, I think it is because every
But
time
she
I
wasn't
look up, I'm
German.
getting these German things, symbols and
Damn
she
self-deprecating
finds you
Jews
very
always
cute.
stealing everything from
She really
Germans.
likes you, and was very happy that you married. The way you married, who you married, and all of that. So it's very, very nice.
Everybody
There
thought
is
you
a
were
man
gay,
who
but you-
passed away. But he's
Andy,
He's
are
more
you
quiet.
pregnant?
so the gentleman is sort of a quiet one, but it comes in like very.
Can you imagine
peacefully.
if we just ended
like
this right
by the
now and we
ocean.
were like, and that's
You
our
know, and I
pregnancy
see a
announcement?
So it's just very peaceful scene, and it's like that book, Jonathan Living. His name was Siegel.
All right, pause it for 2 seconds because I'll tell you
Okay,
why
yeah.
that was.
Remember that?
That was only. I gave that the bell because my father grew up on the Jersey Shore and was a fisherman, and she was talking about a old man who'd passed away that was with seagulls on the ocean, and I was like, that. It's not exact. I didn't really feel like that was a hit, but it was maybe one of the closest things that she read, out of everything that she said. So
51% hit.
I gave it to her. A lot of you're gonna hear me later on where I'm just kind of like, all right, yeah, sure. I started feeling bad that none of it was registering in any single way. So I started maybe
Andy's got Stockholm syndrome. He believes mediums now.
They count on this too, though. This is something that they want you to just give them something that they can start spitballing off of.
Yes.
And because they're just like, well, do you have any questions for me? Like, I mean, are you here because your dad died? Or are you here because your girlfriend dumped you? Or are you here because you hope that your new podcast is going to go somewhere?
There's
So it's like,
there's also going to be a moment, and you know, I feel bad saying this because I feel like you've kind of already given this away, but there's going to be a moment where they have to gain your trust with compliments. There's going to be a compliment coming soon.
you're right. Oh, okay, you know the playbook. So because
Yes.
that's you're going to hear that for sure. And I was going to say there's a moment where she starts flattering me and like just like, you know, compliments will get you everywhere kind of mentality. That does.
Oh, Andy, you look like you have a decent sized penis. You know, like just I'm sorry.
Was I not supposed to take it out yet? Oh, okay.
Like there's just going to be something coming, and it's going to basically
Well, remember I said she hits on me. No, she doesn't hit on me, but
the goal is to just make you happy and just Cayley's still laughing. Maybe you should be insulted.
It's not a compliment, right? You look like you have a decent sized penis.
I mean,
Okay,
how else do you compliment?
Fine.
If you met a stranger who's a man, how else? That was the first compliment that came to my mind.
I don't think that I'm gonna see his penis immediately after meeting him.
Well, no, I'm just saying a compliment. Like you look like you look like a man.
Let me just enjoy it. Continue with whatever point you're making. I was just
you look like a
enjoying the
man who's
humor
got
of
some
decent-sized
big,
penis. Oh my god,
big swinging nuts.
You didn't see.
Kahunas.
You didn't see how far my shorts were riding up when I was man spreading on her love seat.
But yes, that's what you call it. But but like, yeah, the point is to like make you more comfortable so that you will possibly give more information. So there's going to be some compliments coming, and let me guess. Well, hold on. Yeah, I'll wait for this one. But there's something where they give you a validation, where they say, you know, they ask you a question, and then they say, "Hey, you know, you might have the psychic gift too." And
that's why that book is down there. Yeah.
Ah,
right.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that is supposed to also kind of build your confidence into sharing more by saying, maybe I do have the gift. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a fucking scam. It's all it is. Go on.
Keep going.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it sort of reminds me of that book, the way that the spirit is coming through. So it's a nice man. He has good advice. I feel he's wise. And he's in peace. He's happy where, you know, that he's in spirit and he's okay. He's just letting you know. But I feel like he had a lot of wisdom to offer you, like guidance, right?
Yeah.
And
At one, I'm sorry, pause it real quick. At one point, I said,
older, so that his hair was.
I said that my dad went to NYU. I was like, I was really trying to get her to start communing with Vic Henley and Carl Ruiz. Yeah. I didn't leave it in because it didn't go anywhere, but I was trying to feed her bullshit that didn't really go anywhere.
My dad used to be the call screener for the Howard Stern show.
There's going to be one thing. There's going to be a bombshell.
Grayish.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your dad, do you think? Or granddad? But I'll try and
Smart
get
man?
Yeah.
No. But
It could be.
he's had an illness, he shows me. Could have been through the chest area. But I do feel like there's this little girl going to come in, and she's a little dancer and she likes ballet. So we just have to see what goes on with that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a niece or something.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have a niece that likes dancing?
Not a single person in the world.
No. God, it's so awful.
I know.
And
This was
also,
very underwhelming.
I also feel that around you is this purple color, and there's
You've been
another
purple, blue,
lady,
and yellow.
okay, and I feel she was very
And green.
intuitive. You know,
But is there a
That's right.
definition of what those colors mean?
Gay, rainbow gay.
And
Purple means horny.
strong person that could heal others. Her strength helped others. So it just seems like a different lady to the one earlier who was a nice person. But it feels like her posture was good, like she stood tall, kind of with her shoulders back, or she had good posture.
I was wondering
And
about her
she had
posture.
no
Thank you.
trouble establishing boundaries. You know, do you have an Irish side of the family, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I get the
What a
feeling
surprise! What a
Oh, okay.
shock! A white guy
This
in
you
New
are
York
not
has some Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
on that
you,
side.
lady.
She had like an iron will, or
Mm-hmm. Actually, kind of describes the same. Could it be
Does it?
the same grandmother?
okay, well it could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
But one thing I saw when I was saying the prayer, and I just remembered, was a bunch of grapes over your head. Grapes, and grapes is a symbol of abundance.
Not
Okay.
rapes.
So I feel good income, good money, God's abundance
Oh.
for you. But also,
Then
you
why
going
wouldn't it be
south.
money
Like I get this part of
over the head?
It makes me think of Florida or somewhere south. I don't know if you go there in the winter or
Cape
what.
Coral, anyone?
I've been, but
Mhm.
Okay, but maybe it's in this country though, like Florida or Carolinas or something. So
Mhm.
a nice trip. But I'm getting like an Aladdin's lamp with you. So there's a reason when I see that. What it is with an Aladdin's lamp, if you rub it, out comes
That's
the
a
genie,
lamp.
and you have like several wishes.
I think
I
she's
thought it
hitting
was a
on you.
butterfly.
What it represents is visualization.
She's like, "Let me rub your lamp,
prayer.
Andy."
She wants to, yeah, she
And
wants
when
to
you
rub
send
one
out
out.
energy for what you want, it's going to come back to you.
Let me
So
get your
how you should
genie
pray.
out,
So
Andy.
praying could be words in your mind. It could be spoken out loud, or it can be visualized. And when they see manifestation, it's basically prayer, but it's just done in different ways. So whatever way you prefer. But when you send out for what you want, you also say this or something greater by God's will, because sometimes we ask for the wrong things and we don't want to get the wrong thing we ask for. So we always say this or something better by God's will.
Andy would ask for
When you
unlimited
first-
wishes.
Well, not when you first went down, but at some point I got the
I'm
word
no dummy.
paramount. And
Yeah,
that
he
had
always
to
fucks
do
it up
with
for the rest of us.
movies. And I know you like movies, you
Mhm.
said. But is it anything to do with media or movies or writing?
It's more like podcasting.
Yeah, like a hobby. But
Yeah.
it becomes like a
Mhm.
side thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
we
And then
shifted
it could
the narrative
become more.
there.
Yeah, I
You know,
cut
so,
it. So
yeah, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that too. But
yeah, you could
I
pause it
was
for
just
2 seconds.
wondering.
Okay, so at one point she's like, well, do you have any questions for me? I'm saying a lot of things and you're just sitting there not saying anything. And I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have to say anything. You tell me everything. And she asks me like what I want to know about, like, is my wife cheating on me? I didn't ask that, but I'm just saying, like, that's what she wants me to ask. So I was like,
Right.
I recently switched jobs. So I was like, I'm wondering if my job is going to turn into like something better for me. And I know that I'm there for the podcast. So I brought up podcasting as like a hobby and like something that is that going to go anywhere kind of question. Cause I didn't really know what to ask. I don't want to ask her anything. I don't want to give her anything.
Good.
But I just kind of put those things on the table to see what she would say about it. So that's why it kind of felt like a hard cut to a different subject matter. And play.
It's strange. But I know I just saw you being fitted for new shoes. And there was a shoehorn.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh my
So I
god,
don't
that's
know
the
if
stupidest
you
thing
know
that I've ever heard in my
shoehorns
life.
a lot, but it's like the
Hmm.
shoes fit.
Oh.
And you're looking nice. And
If the shoes
the clothes
fit,
you know.
Andy will be
If-
doing
if
great.
It fits, it's good.
Okay.
That type of thing. And so for the job, but also for this podcasting thing,
Yeah. The
It's-
shoe fits for
the
the
shoe
pod.
fits,
Interesting.
right? And so
Do you know that's
did you
Daniel
ever
Alexander's
study
great?
anything technical or
Tactical?
technical?
Technical.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
She said you need new shoes
film
for a
television
podcast.
production.
Oh.
I guess when you were saying Paramount, I did go to school for television production.
Yeah, because there's some
And
very technical aspects of it.
After I already
There's
said I was
also
into
audio,
podcasting.
there's
Yeah,
like
that-
some technical things involved with
Yes.
that.
Yeah. So you're
Yes.
going to be fruitful in this. But I just think you're equal to it. You have high intelligence. I mean, I think your podcast will be crowing.
Hmm.
But I think your wife is also this magical person.
Yeah.
No, you stop it, you.
That was the old lady.
Manifesting
Way up.
energy.
Yeah.
But you can relax, she says, because she's sort of putting luxury around you like a fur coat, and maybe it's faux fur today, but back then they had
I hope
real
so.
fur. But it's just like this luxury around
Andy's
you.
going to be a pimp,
Yeah.
is what she's saying.
And it almost reminded me of back in the
And
20s
an
when they
animal
had the
lover.
raccoon coats. That's terrible.
Mm.
Those real, and it was like rah rah rah.
Mhm.
And how funny to see that. Maybe that was a past life of yours.
Yeah. So I feel like my grandmother owned something like that.
Did you?
Yeah. So maybe she's just. And
Yeah.
we used to play with it. Like it would be in the closet. Yeah, she didn't want to wear it in public because of the stigma that.
Yeah, she would have got in trouble.
Yeah, but we'd still pull that out and
I'd wear her high
laugh
heels.
about it because it still had the head on it. It was like it had the head and the paws and yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, that's what she must be. It's like it was just 1920s looking thing,
Yeah.
I got a laugh out of her there at the end with my grandmother's gross old mink stole that still had the head and paws on it. But not a lot of big life-changing revelations, except for the fact that I am going to be fitted for a new suit of clothes because my podcast is going to be so successful.
New shoes.
Don't forget about the shoes.
For the
most important
podcast.
part.
Dude, when she said the shoe fits, I was like, oh shit, Daniel Alexander's here.
That is, wow. That's okay. So now I have to ask you, how much did you pay for that?
Less than $100.
Folks, please. He was doing research for this show. Please reimburse his $100.
It was $100 plus $10 each, or maybe these were $5 plus $15 each per person to get in just to the gated community, and the cost of a banana split. And
How much is the
He's
banana
not even
split?
talking about. I bought the banana split. This motherfucker. I bought banana splits in hacky sacks, and Andy had a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Please, folks. He lost $100 to a con artist.
Oh, but I gained so much comfort and reassurance, and all of my misgivings about the way that my life is going were tamped down so that I could tolerate my miserable life for one day longer. So it was worth it.
They got their faces painted and went to a carnival.
Oh. Actually, we went to a ski resort that in the middle of the summer.
We do that?
we went and jumped in a pool at a ski lodge with no snow.
I had a great time in that pool. It was perfect. That was a wonderful vacation. Andy, I can't say thank you enough for bringing this into our lives. We do have at least one more super chat that is coming in order to support the Andy lost all of his money getting a psychic reading fund. But I still didn't buy the gay tarot cards that are brown for some reason. So let's check this one out. We got Rumpled Trench Coat, a Columbo podcast for $2. Luigi. You've got some average ween energy, pal.
I'll take average.
Hey,
I love it so much.
I have all the energy. I have blue, green, yellow, purple, all that energy. That's me.
I am going to start going up to guys and being like, I think that you have 4 to 7 inches, someplace in that vicinity. Am I right?
Yeah.
Girth.
Right. Hey, it could be worse.
Boom.
You could have small dick energy, right? It could be
Fucking
worse.
Idiot.
There was my favorite part, though, Luigi, was the pet cemetery. So the last thing that we have there, Cayley, is I like Halloween and the creepy like pet cemetery. So there was a lot, and we went and we found Magneto Melendez's grave, and this is me. Violating Magneto Melendez's grave, Saltburn style. That was the best. That was the best thing that happened on this trip.
I would like to point out that I walked up to Andy doing this.
Who
And
took
one
the
of our
picture?
one of our friends was taking a picture. I was like off doing something else. I was like looking at other things in the pet cemetery or something. I walk up and Andy is doing this, and there's like golf carts going around this town. It's kind of like The Prisoner, right? So like if you ever watched The Prisoner from the 1960s, it's kind of like that, where it's just this little teeny tiny town that's entirely insular and everything is surrounded by itself.
Yeah.
So there's these little golf carts that help all the little old ladies get around because 90% of their audience is over 70 years old. So there's like little golf carts coming around, and Andy is doing this, and I turn around and I see him doing this, and a golf cart is about to come by, and he hops up faster than I've ever seen anybody hop up so as to not embarrass himself in the place of embarrassments.
Yeah.
Lilydale,
wife
New
goes,
York, the place of embarrassments.
Yeah. My wife's like, it's a pet cemetery. Why aren't you doing Downward Dog?
Yeah, she did ask that. That was a good one. My favorite quote from your wife was the idea of people stealing each other's psychic readings. Yeah. People want so badly to believe in this that if even a little teeny tiny thing connects with them, they say, yes, that must be for me. That must be for me because I need this in my life. This is the only happiness that I have in my life right now.
People are desperately...
something...
Yeah.
Go ahead. You were about to say the same thing that I am.
Oh, just people are desperate to have some kind of closure or like some explanation of the unknown, like the fear of the unknown. They just need their loss to be justified in some way, right? I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think so too. Andy, this was amazing. You did a perfect little presentation here.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, I have to ask you. You said you were keeping something from me that you were going to reveal. So I don't know what that is, and I'm very curious.
I am so glad.
You forget all about that?
I did. I 100% did, and would not have showed it at all. So, this was wonderful. This entire idea was Andy's, and it was such a great idea for us to be talking about this on the Edge Files because we love to talk about the weird, the wacky, the things that we get to be skeptical of, but that are a little bit on the edge of society and the fringe. And Lilydale, New York was the perfect thing. And so doing this field trip was just such a pleasure to do. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys what my experience was in Lilydale, New York, because again, Andy had really orchestrated this whole thing. Besides eating the banana split, he was a professional through and through. But pretty much all that I got to see the entire time was this. So this is my experience in Lilydale, New York right here. It's,
What's happening?
It was beautiful.
It's me getting content for this show.
Andy being a consummate professional with apparently big dick energy is what I've learned tonight.
That's what was surprising, that I did a good job.
No, it was wonderful. I loved it. I loved being able to watch you in your element prepping for this excitement so that we could show this to Luigi and so that we could show it to all of you guys because Lilydale, even though it is something that we all know about here in Rochester, New York, because it's only a couple of hours away from us, a lot of people have never heard of this place. And it is such a unique and bizarre town that it is worth talking about.
Did you get any readings or anything, Cayley?
No,
nothing?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me? I'm not wasting my money on that bullshit. I
sat
at the stump. Yeah, no. I sat at the stump and told our friend that Andy was going to kill him. That was my responsibility.
Yeah.
I bought the hacky sacks and the banana splits. Miss Moneybags Jew over here. Yeah.
Yeah. She defied expectations by treating everybody to lunch. I endeavor with this show to do something more. Instead of just going online and finding clips of other people talking about things that we want to talk about, I am going to go out into the world and I'm going to go to the Hill Cumorah in Palmyra, New York, the birthplace of Mormonism, and let these people try and convince me to join the Mormons, because it's right in my backyard. So why wouldn't I do that for this show? So It's just I don't know. I feel like it's a good idea to experience these things in the real world rather than just sitting behind my desk and talking about things that other people are doing. So that's my Edge Files guarantee to Luigi Greenberg. But I think that this. Do you guys have any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
I hate psychics. I hate mediums. They are criminals.
You do wish you were there with us, though.
I do wish I was there, and I would have told that old lady to take her stupid notes and shove them right up her cobweb-filled twat. And I absolutely would have made an ass of myself telling people that they are frauds.
Right. You know what? When I got out of the reading and I rendezvoused with everybody that was back at the snack bar having even more snacks and playing with their new hacky sacks, I walked up. I did start like shitting all over the experience. And there was a guy sitting at the table next to us that was very like perturbed at the notion that we were there under false pretenses. And I wasn't even being that vicious about it. I was just like, it was disappointing. It was a load of horse shit. And I don't know if that guy is a resident or married to a woman or is there trying to meet his late father's ex-wife's daughter that also died. But
I hope that he doesn't. I hate to be that asshole, but I hope that nobody gets false hope over bullshit like this. This is stupid. It's stupid. I don't want people... I understand that sometimes people use the excuse of, well, as long as nothing is being hurt and they're getting something out of it, then what is the problem with them paying for a service? I still have a fucking problem with that because there's plenty of other things that you can spend your money on that will make you happy. Perhaps living your life and maybe going skydiving is going to make you really fucking happy, but you don't have enough money to do that because you're wasting it on fucking psychics. Go live your goddamn life.
I'll tell you exactly why there is still something wrong with it.
Fucking life. I'm still going off on a thing. I'm sorry, Luigi,
to interrupt you. Go for it.
I am living literally the best life that I have ever lived. I could not possibly be happier. I am so fucking happy every day of my life, and it's amazing. And so much of that is just because I'm not wasting money on fucking psychics and tarot readings from gay tarot decks.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, give me the gay tarot deck. All right, I'm ready.
Well, no. I mean, go ahead, Luigi.
No, I was just going to say, to what you're saying is, you're saying even if they are getting something out of it, it's still wrong. The reason that's still wrong is because there's no limitation on it. And you're going to see so many psychics that once they do get their hooks in you and knowing that you believe in something like this, it doesn't end at one reading. It turns into several readings. It turns into having to break a curse. And the only way to do it is to buy something. You have to give more money. And we know a guy has the calling and the spirit in him more than I do. And he charges an hourly rate. Because there's no reins on it. That's why it's still illegal or immoral. Right. Fuck them.
I'm going to go put the spirit in me, a.k.a. my dildo. That's what I call my dildo. So let's finish this up.
Well, I do think that one good thing came out of it, that we have maybe a good sign off. And I see Prairie Judge in the chat. I see Mr. Roy Destroy. Thank you guys for hanging out. But we did get the best sign off for this show, which is This or Something Better by God's Will. And I leave that with you with love.
Fuck off.
Oh, with love. It's so perfect. All right. Andy, thank you again so much for bringing this to us. And thank you for including me. And I love you guys. And I love everybody. And with love, I don't know, whatever bullshit Andy just said, I'm going to go play with my spirit.
You ruined my good ending.
I fuck off. Listen.